Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to focus in on the Carolina Hurricanes future regarding both Eric and Jordan Staal, along with the strong play of Elias Lindholm, and what it all could mean if they end up with either Connor McDavid or Jack Eichel. Elias Lindholm is a big-time player. I said that when he got drafted a year and a half, 2 years. I told him that. I was like, I met him for a second. I was like, dude, you're going to be great. And he's like, oh, humble kid, but he's a fantastic player. Obviously the hat trick the other night against an AHL team. I mean, the Edmonton Oilers. Sorry, it's six in one hand, half dozen in the other. With the trade rumors trying to both Stalls, you're not moving Jordan Stahl's contract. I once said you couldn't move David Clarkson's contract, so I guess anything could happen. But I don't see that happening. I don't see, was it Rutherford would have traded for him twice if he brought him back to Pittsburgh. I mean, you know, weird things have happened in hockey, but that's, you know, it is what it is. Eric Stahl will be entering the final year of his contract. Do they move him? That's a tough call. I mean, to be honest with you, I think he'd want to stay in Carolina, finish what he started. He brought his brother. Brought his brother there, quotation marks. But that's something to keep an eye on. But hypothetically, let's just say they move Eric Stahl and get two decent young forward prospects back. The top six, and let's say land Eichel. Hypothetically, they land Jack Eichel. The top six, they got Eichel, Skinner, Lindholm, uh, the two, say one of those kids cracks into the top six, and then you're stuck with Semin for better for worse, and then Jordan Stahl. I mean, that's not a bad talk. It'll be better than you were. I mean, you're stuck in a pretty good metropolitan division. I mean, none of those teams are going away anytime soon. Whether it's the Rangers, Islanders, Caps, Penguins, and even Philly and Columbus will be back next year. So either way, you're not going anywhere next year. You got to make the decision. A lot of it's going to come down to how they do in the ping pong balls in the lottery. If they land Eichel, they're in good shape to start a full-on rebuild with a face of the franchise there. If they don't, then you know it's tough. I think Marner's a big-time player. I love Dylan Strome. I can talk about him till I'm blue in the face. And I've talked about again Mitch Marner. Noah Hannafin's a phenomenal kid, great hockey player. But will any one of those guys have the impact that McDavid or Eichel would have? That's the $1 million question, and the answer is no, not right away. Maybe Marner turns into a Patrick Kane type, maybe Strome turns into an Anze Kopitar type, what I mean. Hannafin, maybe a Drew Doughty type. But I mean, I know they're not happy, whatever they say, with Hayden Fleury's development this season. That's neither here nor there. I mean, I think anyone, there's been some aggression in his game. I think anyone can tell you that. But you know, um, look at the big picture. Lindholm stepping up and playing some great hockey definitely helps them. Obviously, from a top five pick playing well and living up to his draft status doesn't suck. But I think there's a lot going on in Carolina, and it's too early to make a decision. I know just a major cop out answer. CJ's an asshole, but that's the reality of the situation. You can't just make decisions like this at the drop of a head. You have to look at the way everything else develops, everything else falls into place, and determine what you're going to do with Eric and or Jordan Staal. I mean, there could be two Stalls in Carolina next year. There could be no Stalls in Carolina. That's the way it goes. There won't be three Stalls though, because Mark re-signed with the Rangers. That joke sounded funny in my head. I don't know. Don't know what happened in person. But anyway, that's all I got episode of the Power Play with CJ on Carolina's future with their forward core. Stay tuned for episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.